Deliciously with Ara. Ngayon gagawa tayo ng doenjang guksu. I know we all go crazy with Captain Ri from Crash Landing on You, and we're gonna do the recipe that Captain Ri prepares for Sari as a breakfast, the doenjang guksu. And for our recipe today, I'm gonna be using for guksu for the noodle, the Miki noodles. So first off, we're gonna start off with boiling my Miki noodles. So I'm gonna be boiling in a pot of water. So now, kumukulo na yung aking water. I'm gonna be boiling my Miki noodles. Papakulong ko lang siya ng konti sa ating hot water. So now, we're gonna loosen up our Miki noodles sa hot water, sa boiling water, na siguro mga 3 to 4 minutes. Painitin lang natin siya ng konti. So now, after around 4 to 5 minutes, as you can see, nag-loosen up na yung ating noodles. I'm gonna turn off the fire. And then, i-rinse ko natin siya sa isang beses, and then we're gonna strain it off. So now, na-strain ko na yung ating noodles. I'm gonna set it aside, and I'm gonna make the doenjang soup actually. Now, we're gonna be using in one pot around 6 cups of water or 3 cups per serving. So I'm gonna be preparing good for 2. So now, on my 6 cups of water, I'm gonna be adding around 3 pieces of kelp. This is actually one of the bases for Korean soup base. So this is like dried seaweed, sort of. So it's called kelp. I'm gonna put around 2 to 3 pieces here. And I need here mamaya shiitake mushroom, but if you get a fresh mushrooms like this, you can have the stem. Pero yung stem, hiwalay ko siya kasi gagawin ko siya pang broth. So I'm gonna also add in the stem of my shiitake mushroom here, tatlo, and iboboil natin siya. And then while hinihintay natin siya mag-boil, I'm gonna now cut off our ingredients for our vegetables mamaya pang ating broth. So I need here around 1/2 of our white onions. Isa-slice natin siya na parang pang rings. And our mushroom, I'm gonna slice it na parang strips then. Also my carrots, for the color, I'm just gonna cut it very thin strips then. And of course, our leeks, I'm gonna cut it as well. And for the added kick of spiciness, I'm gonna add in 2 chili, but of course, it's really optional how much you can adjust to your spiciness levels that you want. And just for the fullness of flavor, I'm gonna add in beef sukiyaki cut. These are around 300 grams. I approximately measure around 150 grams per person, but you can actually omit this if you want to have the real clean version, like the Captain Ri, parang vegetarian version lang yung mushroom lang. But if you want like a fullness of flavor, you can also add some meat. So I'm gonna be cutting my sukiyaki cut, parang strips din ng maninipis, pang sabaw natin mamaya. So now my broth is boiling. Tatanggalin ko na yung ating kelp, as well as yung kanina yung stem ng ating mushroom. So I'm gonna be adding here my soybean paste. This is a fermented soybean paste, doenjang. I'm gonna be adding around 3 tablespoons on it, 3 tablespoons kada serving. So 1 tablespoon kada water, 1 cup of water. So 6 tablespoons of my doenjang. So tunawin natin siya sa ating sabaw, and make sure that when we're gonna be making doenjang paste soup, we don't add any salt or patis or any whatsoever. Actually, yung alat natin, yung taste, will purely come from the doenjang itself. So we have to be very generous with the amount of doenjang that we're gonna be adding on. So tunawin natin siya ng mabuti. So now na fully melted na yung ating soybean paste, yung doenjang, mag-a-add tayo ng ating 1 tablespoon ng garlic, minced garlic. And mag-a-add tayo ng ating beef na sukiyaki cut just for added flavor. Of course, you can always omit. Dahil si Captain Ri, hindi naman niya ito ginamit, but I actually prefer with the meat. 300 grams. And then hiwalay natin siya. Just give it a small shake in the water, in the broth. And before it fully boils, I'm gonna be adding in my mushrooms and my onions. At isasabayan natin ng ating carrots as well. And then once it boils, I'm gonna be adding in my leeks and as well as my chili, and then we're gonna turn off the fire. So now my soup is boiling, I'm gonna add in my leeks, as well as a little bit of my chili. I'm just gonna add siguro, this is just 2 pieces of chili, but it's really up to you to adjust. Normally, the Koreans really enjoy this doenjang soup for breakfast because it's really rich in lactobacilli because it's fermented. It's just same as the concept of eating like yogurt for the Westerners. For Koreans, we normally enjoy eating the doenjang soup for breakfast. That's why probably it's why Captain Ri made this for breakfast as well. It's a very simple and quick dish as well. So now, nag-add ako ng ating leeks. Because I want to retain the color, papatayin ko na yung ating fire. And you can taste your soup, and if you want to adjust the saltiness of it, instead of adding others, you can always habol ng lasa with more doenjang as you prefer. So I'm gonna turn off the fire kasi gusto ko ma-retain yung color ng ating green onions. And now I'm gonna be making my scrambled eggs just for the topping itself. So I'm gonna be breaking 2 eggs and season them with like around 2 or 3 splashes of like salt, konti lang, just for taste. And then buksan natin ang ating fire. So medyo mainit yung ating pan. I'm gonna be making my egg. Ngayon, kahit napunit yung ating egg, it's totally okay because we're gonna roll it up and slice it thinly mamaya pang topping ng ating doenjang noodles. So I'm gonna turn off my fire and then papalamigin ko na siya ng konti sa aking chopping board bago ko siya mamaya ikakat. Ta-da! So I know you love K-dramas, but not only watching K-dramas, but cooking the K-drama style as well. So this is my doenjang noodle, just the way that Captain Ri used to make. I hope you enjoy cooking with me. See you next time. Bye! Can I taste the soup first? I'm gonna taste as well. Nung nag-add ako kayo ng sili, it has a parang layer ng konting spiciness. And I think just the way that Captain Ri thought about this for breakfast menu, I think just that sense itself makes it perfect already. So I'm pretty sure you can all enjoy cooking. Pretend Captain Ri is cooking for us. We can make it for our family as well, and I think they'll love it as well. So enjoy cooking. I really love you, Captain Ri. No. Captain Ri, you're the best. Deliciously with Ara, right? So we sound alike. I love you that much.